If I followed the advice of just be yourself, I probably wouldn't be the socialish person I am today. I wouldn't have the amount of conversations I have. I wouldn't go up to people as much. I wouldn't give as many compliments. And I definitely wouldn't be out here filming in public. That's because I'm an introvert and I used to be really quiet and shy. And so if I followed the advice of just be yourself, sure, in conversations, I would be myself more and you know, they'd be okay, but I'd be at home a lot. I wouldn't be going out. And I'd stay within the boundaries of what a quiet, introverted person would do. Now, in relation to conversation skills, you may have heard of this before, where, you know, you just try to just be yourself, but you lack the conversational skills to keep conversations going. So it doesn't really work that well. And then you go, oh, I mustn't be good enough. Like myself mustn't be good enough. And it's not a nice place to be in. When it comes to confidence, though, the issue is a little bit, I don't think as many people have heard of it, because trying to just be yourself here encourages you to stay as a kind of more quiet person when you could otherwise improve the skill of becoming confident, and then you would be a more outgoing person. And that's because people generally think that it's kind of unnatural. Like, even if you don't explicitly think this, you might feel unconsciously that it's unnatural or not like you or fake to, you know, here are some of the things I used to think this about. Go up and talk to people who are out of your league. Maybe start conversations just all the time. Maybe give people random compliments. Maybe just go up to a stranger and be like, hey, that's a nice fit. And these are kind of extroverted people traits. But everyone is, you know, an introvert or an extrovert. But if you become more confident, you can basically shift yourself up on the spectrum. So it doesn't matter where you are, being more confident, building the skill of being confident will help. And you don't have to be a completely socially fearless person and just completely extroverted who just goes up to absolutely everyone and just chats to everyone. You don't have to do that. But having the ability at least to sometimes talk more and to be kind of more outgoing and loud can help you get more social opportunities. Opportunities to meet more people and opportunities to connect deeper with the people you do meet. And doing this stuff doesn't fundamentally change who you are, because confidence is a skill. And as I said, you're not changing your personality to become a more extroverted person. You're not like, you know, morphing into some other person, you know, skinwalker. You're literally just improving a skill, which is confidence, and that will make you more extroverted. So if you were just like a normal, boring person, but you had grand visions of being like a clown in some circus one day in the future, first thing you need to do is, or one of the things, you need to learn to juggle. And if you can't juggle right now, you wouldn't go like, oh, I'll never get to be a clown because I can't juggle. It's just not who I am. No, you go, okay, well, let me learn to juggle. So if you don't have confidence, or even if your confidence isn't just amazing, if it's just okay, it's just a skill like learning to juggle. You just improve it. So to summarize, what I'm telling you is expand the borders of the basic just do yourself advice beyond just, I'm gonna, you know, say the stuff I want to say in conversation, which helps you, but it doesn't help you that much. Expand that to, okay, I'm gonna be myself in terms of if I want to act a certain way and, you know, because it will help me, I'm going to do that, regardless of whether it feels like me. And you'll become more comfortable with that as you go, and you'll become a more extroverted and kind of outgoing person who's able to connect with people better. Now, I hope that in itself is enough motivation to do it, but just in case you need a little bit more, let me help you overcome your fear of judgment for doing this. Because if suddenly you start, you know, being more loud and stuff, people are gonna go, what's up with that guy? You would think. But, well, first of all, it's just a temporary thing that people will be like, oh, you're acting kind of differently. They'll probably like it as well. And even if they don't like it, if they don't like this new glowed up version of you, the goal is not to make absolutely everyone like you. I talk about this a lot, but let's just go to the matching cards analogy. You've got a card, let's say it's like the 9 of diamonds, and you've got to find other 9s of diamonds in a room full of people. That's basically the goal of socializing. Then you want to just hang out with those 9 of diamonds. So you're not trying to connect with absolutely everyone. You just need to find your match. And the best way you can do that is by being a kind of outgoing person and kind of talking to people and being true to yourself. So, you know, that's kind of actually showing your card and going up to people and be like, hey, what do you have? Not just half hiding your card because you're ashamed of it and just standing in the corner not talking to anyone. So hopefully that's the motivation. Now, how you actually kind of be yourself in terms of being more outgoing is you go slowly out of your comfort zone each time. You don't jump into the deep end because that's scary and you might drown and you might have to go to the hospital, but every time you just go slightly out, you just step a little bit further. And it's difficult, but it's just what you got to do if you want to find the other nines of diamonds. So I hope this helps. Have a great day.